It all started on a quiet Friday evening, the kind that usually meant movie marathons and takeout for my husband, Ryan, and me. We'd been together for nearly 8 years, married for 5, and in that time, I thought I knew everything about him. Our relationship was built on the foundation of sharing everything: ups and downs, victories and defeats, the silly habits, the deep talks at 2 a.m. It was warm, loving, and steady, the kind of connection that most people dream of. But even the closest relationships can hold little surprises, some sweet, some confusing, and some more complicated than they appear. That night, as the rain tapped gently on our windows and the soft glow from the living room lamp cast shadows on the walls, Ryan sat me down. His eyes were calm, his voice careful, but there was something in the way he looked at me that made my heart race. "I want to try something new," he said, the words hanging in the air. I laughed, thinking maybe he was talking about a new recipe, a dance class, or a weekend getaway. But the way he held my gaze told me this wasn't just another suggestion. It was different. "What do you mean? Something new?" I asked, curiosity piquing. He looked at me with a mixture of seriousness and anticipation, his voice barely above a whisper. "Something that might bring us closer, emotionally. I want to explore something different." I stared at him, trying to read between the lines. Was he unhappy? Did he want something more? Or was this just about rekindling something we might have lost over the years? A flood of emotions rushed through me: confusion, curiosity, fear, and an unexpected spark of excitement. I knew this wasn't about physical intimacy. It was about trust. It was about stepping into something unfamiliar, a leap of faith in our bond. He handed me a small envelope from the drawer beside him. I blinked. "What's this?" He didn't answer, just passed it to me, his eyes never leaving mine. Inside was a handwritten note, short but to the point. My cheeks flushed as my heart pounded. It wasn't wild, nor inappropriate, but it was definitely unexpected. Ryan, the steady planner, had never been one for surprises like this. The note read, "Trust me. Let's take this journey together. Meet me in the bedroom at 9 p.m. I'll explain everything." I stared at the note, trying to make sense of it. What did he mean by journey? I glanced at him, but he was already watching me carefully, waiting. My mind was spinning. Was this a romantic gesture, or something else? He noticed the hesitation in my eyes and smiled gently. "You don't have to decide now. Just think about it. No pressure." That made it harder. There was no push, no urgency, and that only deepened the trust I felt. But at the same time, it made me question everything I thought I knew about our marriage. Have you ever been surprised by your partner in a way that made you second-guess everything? What would you do if you were in my shoes? Let me know in the comments. The clock ticked closer to 9 o'clock, and I was standing at the edge of something I couldn't quite name. As the time drew near, a knot tightened in my stomach. What would I find behind that door? At exactly 8:59 p.m., I stood outside our bedroom door, heart racing. The hallway was quiet, too quiet, and a soft, unfamiliar music drifted from the room. I hesitated, breathing deeply, unsure of what awaited me. Ryan had said nothing since handing me the note. That quiet confidence of his only deepened my uncertainty. When I finally opened the door, I saw that the room was transformed. The lights were dim, candles flickered on the nightstand, casting soft shadows across the walls. Ryan stood by the window, looking out, his hands in his pockets. He turned when he heard me, a soft smile playing on his lips. "Thank you for trusting me," he said, his voice heavy with meaning. The words lingered in the air, and for a moment, I felt the weight of everything. The years we'd spent together, the trust we had built, the question I hadn't even known I needed to ask. How well do we really know each other? He motioned for me to sit beside him. "I've been feeling disconnected," he explained. "We've fallen into a routine. I miss the version of us that used to take risks, dream together without holding back. This night is my way of shaking things up, of reconnecting emotionally." He handed me another envelope. My heart nearly stopped. I opened it, but before I could see what was inside, there was a knock at the door. Ryan's face shifted instantly from calm to something else, something tense. I stood frozen. "Who's at the door?" I asked, barely able to speak. Ryan's face was pale as he moved toward the door, looking back at me. "Stay here, please," he said, his voice gentle but firm. I stayed, my pulse racing. The knock came again, sharper, more insistent. Ryan didn't respond immediately, but I could hear muffled voices downstairs. One was familiar, Maya, my best friend. I froze. Maya, why was she here? And why did Ryan look so nervous? I crept halfway down the stairs and saw them. Ryan standing in front of Maya. She wasn't looking at me. Her eyes were fixed on him, a conversation already in progress. "Ryan," I whispered, my voice shaking. "What's going on?" He turned, his expression conflicted. "You weren't supposed to find out like this," he said. My heart dropped. What did that mean? Maya stepped forward, her voice calm but serious. "I didn't come to cause problems," she said. "It's time you knew the truth." The truth? What was going on? I felt a rush of panic as I clutched the unopened envelope in my hand, my mind racing to make sense of everything. Ryan sighed and finally spoke. "Maya and I have been talking about you." "About me?" I asked, stunned. Ryan nodded. "You've been slipping. We noticed, Maya and I. You've been going through the motions, but not really here. We just wanted to help." A mix of emotions flooded me. Relief, confusion, and oddly, gratitude. They'd noticed I'd been struggling, but why this way? Why the secrecy? Ryan gently took my hand. "This letter, it's an invitation," he said. "A retreat. 3 days, no phones, no distractions. Just us, working on us. It was Maya's idea. We wanted to help you reconnect with yourself." My heart slowed as I processed the words. No betrayal, no hidden agendas. Just a plan to help me, to help us. Still, the mystery of the envelope remained. I glanced at Maya, relieved but still needing confirmation. "So, nothing's going on between you two?" She smiled softly. Never. This isn't about us, Ryan and me. It's about you, getting back to who you are." As the tension in the room slowly melted away, Ryan's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, his face changing. "It's the retreat center," he said. "They've changed our reservation." "Changed it?" Maya asked, concerned. Ryan paused before looking up, his voice barely a whisper. "They added one more person to our room reservation." My stomach dropped. "Who?" Ryan hesitated, then said, "Your mom." I blinked, my jaw dropping. "My mom?" And just like that, the room erupted in laughter. The twist was so absurd, it was almost too perfect. My mom, joining us at a romantic getaway? But that's when I realized something crucial. I had been carrying emotional weight, stress from work, family, and trying to maintain the image of a perfect marriage. But in this moment, in this strange, unexpected twist, I understood that I wasn't alone in this. Ryan, Maya, even my mom, had all noticed I was slipping and cared enough to step in. The retreat turned out to be everything we needed. Even with my mom there, Ryan and I spent 3 days reconnecting, laughing, crying, and rediscovering each other. Maya helped guide us through some deep reflections, and my mom, unexpectedly, was the calmest one there, reminding me how to breathe. In the end, it wasn't about the surprise, it was about trust. The trust to take a leap into the unknown and let others help you when you need it the most.